Day one of my Tuscan trip ended on a high note. In this land, the new day is always delighting, because you never know, a bit of the Tuscan magic may just be waiting somewhere along. Suvereto is a walled town, some 56 miles southwest of Florence, tucked in between the hills and the Etruscan coast sea. The little town is surrounded with olive groves, vineyards, and cork oak trees, and that's where Suvereto got its name from. Suvereto is considered one of the most beautiful medieval towns in Italy, but what I like about it is that it actually feels pretty authentic, and by no means overly touristy. This area has long been the center of craftsmanship, and some of the skilled craftsmen have fortunately survived and are still scattered through the town. But Suvereto is also the city of wine.
Bulichella Estate was founded in 1983. 4 families from different parts of Italy wanted to live all together as a very, very big family, and they wanted to live in real contact with nature. So they bought the farm and they started to make organic wines. We usually work in the vineyard just by hand for the total of our operation, so pruning and harvest. And that vineyard is a vineyard of Merlot, Merlot Schiena d'Asino. It's the most important vineyard we have in the winery. We select from that vineyard the Merlot we use for Monte Cristo, our Bordeaux blend, and for our Merlot 100% that is Maria Shizuko. Very important vineyard is the vineyard of Cabernet Sauvignon located in Monte Peloso. The grape of Cabernet Sauvignon is selected for our Col di Pietre Rosse. That will be the real expression of Monte Peloso.
Actually, it's important to start from the 60s because Bulichella's story is different and interesting for what's behind it. And it's the story of my father and my mother, when and how they met. My father is Japanese, and when he was very young, at 20 years old, he wanted to travel the world. Together with a friend on a bike at that time, decided to leave and make a tour around the world. To arrive for the opening of the Olympic Games in Rome, where they worked for different journals and they had to send reports. My father was very, he really liked cars, so he went to Torino for the motor show, and there he met my mother. My mother was actually leaving for Japan because she was studying Japanese, and she was at the motor show showing a Japanese car. She could talk a little bit of Japanese, and that at the time there were not many Italians speaking Japanese.
Hideyuki and Marisa got married in 1962 and lived in Turin, where Hideyuki worked with some of the most famous Italian car designers, like Giorgetto Giugiaro and Aldo Mantovani. In 1992, Hideyuki moved his family to Tuscany to start producing organic wines.
Organic was one very important thing for the production, because they started in '83 when organic production was not interesting at all, and they kept it till today.
use this room for the aging of our red wines, especially for the selection called Di Pietre Rosse, Ide, Montecristo, and Maria Shizuko. All the barrels are in French oak.
It's not every day that you come to Tuscany, only to find out about dedicated people blending such different cultures as Italian and Japanese in the delicate art of winemaking.